Hi, I'm Ben McSheffrey, and I'm the Technical Training Manager for Symmons Industries. Today I'll show you how to install the DIA sensor faucet with ActivSense technology. The DIA S6350B and S6350BM are part of the all-new sensor product line from Symmons. With a contemporary look, they're designed to be easy to install and easy to maintain. But first, let's talk about the two different versions of the DIA faucet that are available. The DIA sensor faucet is offered in two different configurations. The S6350B is a standard single supply version. The S6350BM is a version with a manual temperature mixer lever on the side. This version has separate hot and cold supply lines. If your faucet is being fed through a single supply line from a thermostatic mixing valve, the single supply version of the DIA is recommended. For other applications with separate hot and cold supplies, the mixer lever version is recommended. Regardless of the piping configuration, we always recommend that the hot water being supplied to these faucets be a temperature level that's safe for hand washing and that meets state and local code requirements. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. Tools. The DIA with ActivSense can be installed in just a few minutes using only 2 adjustable wrenches. Let's see. Cool. Old school. Cooler. Older school. How old is this bag? Ah, found them. 2 adjustable wrenches. If you're in a tight location, a basin wrench can be a real lifesaver. And to install the battery box, you'll need to use either 2-sided tape or a wall screw. Not what I needed, but could come in handy. First, open the box and check the installation guide to ensure that all the parts are included. It's important to leave the protective sticker over the sensor eye until the very last step. You'll notice the battery box is already connected to the faucet. Start by detaching the battery box by pulling apart gently at the waterproof connector. Set the battery box aside. Next, unthread the hexagonal nut from the bottom of the faucet body by turning the nut in a counterclockwise direction. Once the nut is free from the faucet, slip the metal mounting disc and the rubber gasket from the mounting stud. Set these parts aside for now. If you're installing the DIA in a single hole application, leave the circular base with the O-ring in place. If you're installing it with the optional 4-inch or 8-inch deck plate, be sure to keep the base ring in place and install it directly onto the deck plate. Now we'll mount the faucet. First, feed the water supply lines and battery wire through the single hole in the deck. To fasten the faucet to the deck, first slide the rubber gasket over the brass mounting stud, followed by the metal mounting disc. Then, while holding the gasket and disc in place, screw the brass mounting nut onto the stud in a clockwise direction, using your fingers only. Adjust the final position of the spout before tightening the brass nut fully with the adjustable wrench or basin wrench. The DIA sensor faucet is shipped standard with the battery box and batteries, but it also has options to be powered by an individual plug-in AC adapter or a multi-unit transformer. We'll install our faucet using the standard battery box. Start by installing the batteries into the box. Be sure to match polarity, positive to positive, negative to negative. Next, reconnect the waterproof connectors on the black and white battery wire. The connectors are designed to be installed in one direction only. Just align them and gently push them together. Finally, find a good location to mount the battery box that will allow full access for changing the batteries in the future. Mount the battery box to the wall using 2-sided tape, or screw it to the wall using the screw hole on the top of the box. The next step is to connect the water supply lines. The connections are simple. Both versions of the DIA include ferrule adapters with strainers that screw onto the supply lines to convert to 3/8 compression tubing. For the single supply DIA, insert the strainer into the nut on the supply line, and then thread the ferrule adapter into the nut. The DIA with the mixer lever has 2 braided supply lines, and they're color-coded, blue for cold and red for hot. Connect these to the hot and cold supply stops using 3/8 compression nuts and ferrules as well. Don't forget the strainers. Tighten all connections with adjustable wrenches, then turn on the water and check for leaks. Before testing the operation of the faucet, it's always a good idea to remove the aerator first to prevent it from clogging with debris during flushing. The DIA is shipped with a 0.5 GPM aerator, but it also includes additional 1.0 and 0.35 GPM aerators for situations that require different flow rates. The aerators are color-coded on the inside. 1.0 GPM is blue, 0.5 is green, and 0.35 is red. After flushing, just install the aerator with the flow rate for your needs. Finally, remove the protective sticker from the sensor eye on the front of the faucet. The sensor needs to run through a 10-second calibration period on the initial startup before use. That's it. Now your DIA ActivSense sensor lavatory faucet is ready to go. If you have any questions related to the installation of this or any Symmons product, do not hesitate to call our technical support team at 1-800-SYMMONS. On behalf of the entire team at Symmons, thanks and have a great day.